Hello, everyone, and welcome to What's the Story, Gemini, the podcast where I ask Google Gemini about a topic, and then we, dear listener, you and I, learn about it together. Today, I asked Google Gemini about the alpha male. I'm sorry I had to use that voice, it felt right. So, I was perusing around YouTube as I usually do. YouTube is my co pilot, and I found a debate between alpha men and beta men, or alpha males and beta males. And I was curious as to who actually identifies themselves as being alpha or who would identify as being beta and where all of this kind of came from. And from my perspective, I feel like the idea of the alpha male in my head is the idea of toxic masculinity, enforcing the negative things about men. So, like, men can't cry. Men are humans. You can cry. I don't know where that came from. Hey, maybe I will look that up in the future. But really, what exactly is alpha male? Is an alpha male? Where did it come from? How are we using it? How is it supposed to be used? Maybe how it evolved, so on and so forth. So today we are going to talk about the myth of the alpha male. And I'm only saying myth because that is what Google Gemini is telling me now. So I'm going to assume that it will tell me why it is a myth. Not a man, the myth, the legend, but just a myth. So let's get started. The term alpha male has become a ubiquitous part of modern vernacular, often used to describe men who are assertive, dominant, and confident. But what does it really mean to be an alpha male? Is it a natural human behavior, or is it a societal construct? And how does this concept impact our relationships, our culture, our understanding of masculinity? Defining the alpha male. At its core, the alpha male is often portrayed as the leader of a group, a figure who commands respect and admiration through strength, assertiveness, and social dominance. He is seen as the epitome of masculinity, a man who is unafraid to take charge, to assert his authority, and to protect his territory. However, this image of the alpha male is often simplified and idealized, overlooking the complexities and nuances of human behavior. The concept of the alpha male is often contrasted with traditional masculinity, which emphasizes traits like strength, courage, and responsibility. While traditional masculinity can include elements of dominance and assertiveness, it also values other qualities such as compassion, empathy, and humility. The alpha male, on the other hand, is often portrayed as a one-dimensional figure whose worth is primarily measured by his ability to dominate and control. The societal impact of the alpha male. The alpha male ideal has had a profound impact on our society, shaping our relationships, our expectations, and our understanding of gender roles. In many cultures, the alpha male is seen as the ideal man, the one who is most likely to be successful, respected, admired. And this can lead to pressure on men to conform to this stereotype, even if it doesn't align with their natural personality or values. The pursuit of alpha male status can also contribute to societal problems like violence, aggression, and toxic masculinity. Ha! Okay. I don't want to say I called that, but toxic masculinity. I'm not completely out of left field in this one. When men feel the need to prove their dominance or worth through aggression, it can lead to harmful behaviors such as bullying, domestic violence, and even crime. The alpha male ideal can also create a culture of competition and individualism, where men are pitted against each other in a constant struggle for power and status. The quote, alpha male culture can also have negative consequences for women. When men are expected to be dominant and assertive, women may be regulated to more passive or submissive roles. This can perpetuate gender stereotypes and limit women's opportunities for success and equality. The psychology of the alpha male. The alpha male is often associated with certain psychological traits such as high self-esteem, confidence, and a strong sense of control. However, it's important to note that these traits are not exclusive to the alpha male. Many people, regardless of gender, possess these qualities without identifying with the alpha male archetype. The desire for dominance or power can manifest in a variety of ways, from seeking leadership roles to controlling the behavior of others. In individuals who identify with the alpha male, this desire may be particularly strong and may drive their behavior in ways that can be harmful or destructive. While the alpha male concept is not directly linked to any specific personality disorders, it can be associated with certain tendencies, such as narcissism, sociopathy, or psychopathy. These individuals may exhibit behaviors that are consistent with the alpha male ideal, such as a lack of empathy, a willingness to exploit others, and a sense of entitlement. I'm just going to add a little disclaimer here. I am not a psychologist or psychiatrist. Anyone who is in the field of delving deep into people's brains, I am not that. Also, neither is Google Gemini. So when these terms are used and it's talking about personality disorders, I just want to throw out there, nothing involved in this is an expert. So if there is any information that is misconstrued in any way, please comment. If you have that background and you know your shit, please fix that. The last thing that I want to do is to perpetuate incorrect information, to perpetuate lies, to perpetuate toxic stereotypes and myths. Thank you. The evolution of the alpha male. The concept of the alpha male has evolved over time, reflecting changing societal values and cultural norms. In ancient societies, the alpha male was often associated with physical strength and military prowess. In more recent times, the emphasis has shifted towards intellectual and social dominance. The portrayal of the alpha male in media, such as movies, television, and literature, has also played a significant role in shaping public perception. Iconic figures like James Bond, John Wayne, and Don Draper have helped to solidify the alpha male ideal in popular culture. However, in recent years, there has been a growing awareness of the limitations and dangers of this stereotype. The challenges of the alpha male. The alpha male concept has been criticized for its narrow and idealized view of masculinity. Critics argue that it reinforces harmful stereotypes, promotes competition and aggression, and limits the expression of a full range of emotions and behaviors. The alpha male ideal is also seen as outdated and incompatible with the values of modern society. As we move towards a more egalitarian and inclusive world, the emphasis on dominance and competition is increasingly seen as harmful and counterproductive. Promoting healthy masculinity. In order to promote healthier and more inclusive forms of masculinity, we need to challenge the alpha male ideal and encourage men to embrace a wider range of qualities and behaviors. This includes promoting emotional intelligence, empathy, and compassion, as well as fostering a sense of connection and community. We also need to create a culture where men feel safe and supported in expressing their vulnerabilities and seeking help. This can involve challenging traditional gender roles and stereotypes, promoting healthy relationships, and providing access to mental health services. By moving away from the toxic masculinity associated with the alpha male ideal, we can create a more equitable and fulfilling society for everyone. So I will anecdotally kind of add in towards the end here, where it is mentioning, where it's mentioning in our culture where men need to feel safe and supported in expressing their vulnerabilities and seeking help. I actually had started researching into a general thought that men are less likely to go to doctors for physical ailments, and this was just kind of a broad term, and that was what my focus was on. However, the more I dove into it, the more references I found, the more sources I found regarding that topic were directed towards mental health. It stated men are less likely to go to psychologists to seek out therapy, so on and so forth. And again, I think that is all connected to what I would call toxic masculinity, where they cannot be vulnerable. They cannot rely on other people to help them with whatever's going on in their head. It's just men are human. It needs to be known that they are allowed to seek help. It is just healthy for them, and it does not make them less of a man or a dad or a brother or whatever role they see themselves in. It does not make you less of that to seek out things that have been traditionally labeled as feminine. And of course, we've got years and centuries of showing this is how men are supposed to be, this is how women are supposed to be. But those definitions change. You know, what was it, Louis the 15th or the 16th? He used to wear heels. Like, a dude rocked it. And now, if you're seen in heels, it's seen more as a feminine thing. So, I don't know. Gender roles, they change. The definition, the stereotypes, the whatever you think a woman should do and whatever you think a man should do, they change. However, us as humans do not change. We always need that support. We need compassion. We need empathy. We need strength. We need assertiveness. We need any of these topics, these personality traits you can think of. As just humans, this is what we need. And I think that's what the focus needs to be on. So thank you for listening. As always, if there was something misconstrued or false information that was included in this, please let me know in the comments. I would hate to perpetuate any false information. So again, it's not part of my goal to push information that is incorrect, and will just continue this cycle of dangerous stereotypes, harmful subjects, harmful titles that can affect people. So I want to thank you so much for listening, and this has been What's the Story, Gemini?